some reason you've stumbled upon Holy Schmidt, which is an occasional, let's be honest, probably irregular web series about religion and theology. I'm your host and fearless leader, Dr. Schmidt. Some people call me Prof. K. Schmitty. That also happens to be my Twitter handle, so please follow me on Twitter. I have a few goals. Goal number 1, for my students, current, former, future, I'm hoping that these little videos maybe give you a little bit more insight into some of the things we talk about in class. Goal number 2, I'm hoping that these little videos will be helpful for people not in my classes, maybe people who aren't even in school anymore, people who happen to be my friends, people who don't happen to be my friends, people who maybe don't enjoy pizza, who would be sort of my mortal enemy. And let's be honest, I do have a third goal. The third goal with this little web series is that the one and only, the love of my life, the illustrious, the enigmatic, the mysterious, the beautiful, the delicious, one and only Stephen Colbert will see this, and I'll become his resident theologian. And he'll let me hang out in his studio and we can talk about theology, and I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll adopt me. Maybe he'll let me walk his dog. I don't know. A girl can dream. Anyway, over the past few months, people have sent me ideas for particular topics to do for each episode, and I'm really grateful for this. I am open to any topics or questions that people have. You can send me a message over Twitter, you can tweet me, you can send me an email. A lot of the topics that people are interested in are pretty heavy stuff, and it's actually stuff that I don't really study, like sexuality and gender. I thought for just the last minute or two, I would say something about the gender of God. Anytime we talk about God, we are using a metaphor. Anytime we use any sort of language for God, it's a metaphor. And we all know that metaphors, while extremely helpful, we all know that metaphors are limited. What this means is that anytime we ascribe any gender to God, it's a metaphor and it has limitations. The gender that we usually see ascribed to God is male. Also probably old and white. This is a long tradition of ascribing the masculine gender to God. There are traditions within Christianity and Judaism that have God portrayed as feminine. In both cases, it's a metaphor. And I think that we have to ask ourselves what it is that that metaphor is doing. Is it really helping us understand God as love and as merciful and as just? Or is it doing something else? For many people in the world, understanding God as masculine can be a problem. That doesn't mean that we can completely get away from it, but it does mean that we have to always be looking for new metaphors, both within the tradition that we come from and in the world around us, to understand God. We will have to come back to this whole idea of the gender of God when we answer some of the questions that people are posing about sexuality and gender, because how we understand gender in general is going to have much to say about how we understand marriage and sexuality and all of these other fun things that people love to talk about. I don't love to talk about, but I will for you.